Hello, everyone, and welcome to MeowMix, a Carolina Panthers podcast. My name is Steven.
My name is Jerry.
And it's another Carolina Panthers win. 3-2, baby.
Carolina. Ba, ba, ba.
Beautiful.
I know. Jeez, 3 in a row. Against the division rival, we buried Atlanta. We're probably made their coach get fired. First time since 2014 we win in Atlanta. Matty Ice is crying all the way home. Luckily,
Matty
it's
Ice
short.
is just a puddle on the floor.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I saw that stat pop up. First win in Atlanta since 2014. It doesn't feel like that long, but man.
Yeah.
I know we hadn't beaten them since 2017, overall. So
yeah, this felt like not a trap game because I think at 2-2, you look at every game.
I was gonna say
But this could have been a game that they came out and kind of, they're 0-4 and kind of underplayed to them. Luckily, we didn't. They came out, they played strong. They really looked good in the first half. Great job, guys. There is some work to be done. Another game where not everything hit on all cylinders, but we got the W. We're 3-2, winning record. First half of the season. This is amazing. This team is blowing my mind.
It's awesome. And like you said, excellent first half. Great start to this game. Bad first drive, but after that, it was money for the rest of the first half. Up 20-7, or was it 20-10 at halftime? And
27.
we were feeling really good, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
oh yeah, that's 2-minute drill at the end of the second quarter. Oh man, that was awesome. That's what we never had with Ron Rivera.
I was just about to say Rivera would have ran that 3 times and punted with 35 seconds left on the clock and
walked in with a
hope that we were still up
13-7 halftime lead.
Yep.
Nope. We went for the jugular. Well, not the jugular, but we went to go deeper with a lead. And I love that. And Teddy Bridgewater, man, pinpoint accuracy.
Massive first half. What was it? 250 something yards passing.
261.
Yeah, and 2 touchdowns. He was, that's a full day for Teddy the last few weeks. That's a full day. It's a good day. But yeah, this was, I think, Mike Davis, shout out Mike Davis, another great game for him. But in the first half, I think he was like 90 total yards and a touchdown, and he was looking really good. Everything was clicking. Everything was clicking in the first half. Second half, you kind of like games like this, right? Where you still get the win, but then there's a lot of, nobody's going to get the big head. Nobody's going to feel like they just blew out the Falcons. We can win any game, because that second half was rough, and there's a lot of tape to look at, a lot of coaching to be done.
Yeah.
So I like that. Personally, I love that kind of win, especially for a young team like this.
You're absolutely right. I felt like they went into halftime all cheery. Yeah, we're up, 27. We've got this. We just did nothing with the ball. We went, I think it was a 3 and out when we got the ball in this third quarter. And they held the ball that whole third quarter. I think we had like 6 plays, maybe. It was insane, but luckily
we were texting back and forth, and you were like, why aren't they doing, why does the pass rush suck so much in the second half? And I was like, well, Jerry, they're probably tired. Like they haven't gotten off the field the entire second half. The defense. It was rough there.
Just they need to get more pass rush. They got some in the first half, and in the second half, they just, maybe it was because of that, but they were just running up the middle, just gaining 5-6 yards. I texted you. I hope they don't realize that they could just run up and down the field on us, because they could come back and win this game by just running the ball.
Todd Gurley especially looked really good out there. But you know what? Enough with the negative.
Yeah,
we can talk a little negative later if you want to, but let's talk about this positives here. Teddy Bridgewater, another very good game for the Panthers. 27 of 37, 313 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, no fumbles. No turnovers for Teddy. No turnovers for the Panthers today, actually. Mike Davis, 16 carries, 89 yards. Had another 9 receptions for 60 yards and a touchdown.
Can we keep this offense when McCaffrey comes back? Because seriously, this is what we wanted with McCaffrey in there, but McCaffrey was getting 1-2 targets a game. This is what we needed with him.
As good as Mike Davis is, like McCaffrey is another level of good above that.
Oh, there was a reception I saw him, and I was like, he still picked up like 12, 13 yards on the reception. But I told my wife, I was like, if that was McCaffrey, he could have easily taken that another 20 yards because he has that second gear and he could make a guy miss in the open field.
Yeah, I saw it on a few runs too, where Mike Davis, he's got a couple of moves here and there, but his main move is just like bowl over you and carry you 5 yards, which is something McCaffrey doesn't do. But McCaffrey will wiggle around you and go another 15 yards down the field. So there are a few plays like that, but man, Mike Davis, like, you've earned a spot, man. I think earned time.
I was gonna say, I don't think when McCaffrey gets back, he's gonna get that 98%, that 95% of the snaps. I think it should be 70. Yeah. I mean, get Mike Davis in there. He's a good bulldozer too, man. Like you said, he's bulldozing those guys over.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see. It's a good problem to have for the Panthers.
Oh yeah.
Having two, starting caliber running backs. One of them arguably the best running back in the league. I don't, Panthers fans wouldn't argue with it. Other teams fans might, but and then Mike Davis that guy could start for 20 teams in the league easily.
Yeah. I mean, the way he's playing, I don't see how you could say he couldn't.
Just looking more at the stats here, Robbie Anderson had another massive day, 8 receptions for 112 yards. A lot of that in the first half.
And one terrific catch. Oh, man. That was
a one-hander.
Yeah. Fighting off. I was almost thinking it was pass interference the way that other guy was so.
I think they were both. I think you could have called it either way if you were going to call it. But yeah, I mean, that was it might have been, that was either his first catch or his second catch, but they had gone to him several times before that, and he just hadn't been able to pull one in. And after that, it was like everything they threw at him, he caught. I mean, it was awesome. DJ Moore had a big play in the first half, a 57-yard touchdown, ends up with 4 receptions for 93 yards. Another day of DJ Moore not having a lot of catches, but having, big plays.
And that's what I expected from him and Curtis Samuel, those big play receptions that, it was a little dump off. It was a first down, but then all of a sudden, he turns on the jets. He breaks past his guy, Curtis Samuel, with a nice key block on the safety, touchdown. Great.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a nice play. He was on the left side. It looked like a slant play, and then he sort of broke out of it and went the other direction, just beat his guy easily. DJ Moore is what I thought Robbie Anderson was going to be for the Panthers this year. He's just the big play guy. And then Robbie Anderson is what I thought DJ Moore was going to be. We're getting, 7 to 10 catches a game, 100 to 120 yards. So it's interesting that those guys have sort of swapped spots, but it still works, right? I mean, I'm not complaining. It still works. But yeah, shout out to Curtis Samuel, by the way. We were talking about him a little earlier. He had 9 touches in this game. He had 7 touches in the first half. You and I were talking about that at halftime. 5 catches for 36 yards, 4 carries for 28 yards, a huge carry towards the end of the game where he got a first down and, really sort of sealed the game for us with that first down. So big shout out to Curtis Samuel.
And he had a couple key third down receptions that went for first down. That in tight coverage, he got it. He got down. He saved himself. But he got the ball. That is great.
And that's sort of his role, it seems like, is those big third down key receptions.
I actually read Ricky a stat that he has 11 third down receptions for first down already this year. And
is that before the game or?
That's after this game. And it's number 1 in the league currently. So
yeah, it seems like they go to him and, in those opportunities, he always catches the ball.
Yeah.
Which is, it's really nice to see. I'm glad that he's getting involved in the offense. 2 sacks for the Panthers today. Brian Burns had 1. I think a couple of plays before he got injured,
No,
unfortunately.
it was the play before. It was a sack fumble, and Burris decided to try to scoop it up and run, missed it, and then the lineman got in it, and then it was a third down, and that third down is when Brian Burns went out. And then,
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Marquise Haynes with the other sack. And then you talked about Justin Burris. He did make a bonehead move there. He certainly made up for it.
Oh, yeah.
Play of the game, interception in the end zone. Matt Ryan trying to throw to Russell Gage, and Burris just had position.
Yeah, Burris had a great
textbook play.
Great coverage. Don't know what Matt Ryan was thinking throwing that ball. I guess trying to be a hero, but I mean, Burris had a great position on it, and he came down with it, which it hit him in the numbers. I hope he did, but good job. I mean, that was
well. I mean, he was there. He made the play. So,
like I said, he had great coverage. I mean,
definitely a questionable pass by Ryan, but looking at the Falcons, Matt Ryan, kind of a pedestrian day, 21 to 37, 226. And an interception, sacked twice, as I said. Todd Gurley, massive day, 14 carries, 121 yards, and a touchdown. Looked like the old Todd Gurley.
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley always kills the Panthers, 8 receptions of 136 yards. And Todd Gurley also added 4 carries for 29 yards. So I think Gurley had 150 total yards on the day, and Mike Davis had 149 total yards on the day. So, hey, anytime you can beat Todd Gurley or match Todd Gurley in play, not a bad day, because Todd Gurley is one of the best. At least he has been in the past.
I was going to say, I don't know if he's one of the best currently. A couple years ago.
He played like it today.
Yeah, he really did, and got a hand off to him. But
yeah, Panthers' run defense regressed today, it seemed like. Unfortunate. And I was talking to you about this earlier, but I think the coaches are going to go back and look at this game, and they're going to show the linebackers, Tahir Whitehead a couple of times did it, and Shaq did it once, where they're not running to cut off the runner. They're trying to chase the runner down. Like, just take a different angle and cut the runner off, I don't know, but definitely going to have to shore that up. We've got some good running teams coming in the schedule coming up. So, but hey, 3-2. Not much negative we can say.
I mean, yeah, I did not expect us to be where we're at in the season with the Panthers playing as well on a 3-game winning streak. We're really knocking down our secondary. The way we're scheming is just don't give up the big pass plays. Let's keep them in front. And it's working.
Coaching, man. It's coaching. Like, Matt Rule and the coaching staff is putting together good game plans. The guys are going out there and executing them. And I can't say enough about Matt Rule. I think he is the guy. Like, he was the perfect coach for this team.
Oh, absolutely. It blew my mind that we are where we are. He now has 3 wins in the NFL. In his first season at Temple, he had 2 wins. In his first season at Baylor, he had 1 win. He has more wins in the NFL in the first 5 games than he did at either stop as his previous head coaching. I mean, that's just impressive.
Yeah. We did not come out of this game unscathed, unfortunately.
No.
We've got some injuries to deal with here.
So, cornerback Dante Jackson, defensive end Brian Burns, defensive tackle K'Wan Short, and defensive end Etor Gross-Matos all were injured during this game and did not return. Dante was in the first series. He was dealing with that toe injury all week, and he tried to go, and I guess one play he was like, nope.
Yeah, and they had to cart him off the field, or not off the field, but cart him off the sidelines. So that's a bummer. Burns, it looked like a concussion. Now, his brother tweeted out that he told him it was not a concussion.
No, I've heard it is a concussion. I think it's already been reported he's in concussion protocol now.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely looked like a concussion to me. Yeah. So, and he just laid there like he was dead. I mean, a classic concussion looked like.
Yeah.
And then Gross-Matos had an ankle injury, but I heard that he came back in, but maybe it was only for a play or two. I don't know.
From what I'm reading from Panthers.com, he did not return.
Okay. And then K1 Short, unfortunately, a shoulder, which is what kept him out all of last year. I don't know if it's the same shoulder or the same type of injury or not, but that's definitely going to be one to keep an eye on because the run defense was bad today. And although I will say that a lot of those girly runs were to the outside, so away from the defensive tackles.
I don't know. I remember that touchdown run. He scampered for like 30 yards. The middle of that lane, that left side just opened a wide crevice for him to run through. So
yeah, and this defense is so young. Like you're gonna have games like this, and we're just we're lucky that our offense was good enough to play better than the Falcons offense. Heroes and zeros?
Heroes and zeros. For my hero, I'm going to go ahead and start out and say there's many heroes on this team, but I'm going to give
a team full of heroes.
Offensively, like the whole offense deserves heroes, but I'm going to give it to Teddy Bridgewater. I felt like that first half, he looked so sharp and so precise. It was awesome. And then he did it again. Great job, man. I mean,
Teddy is better than advertised.
Yeah, and he's starting to throw a little bit deeper, and he made a couple deeper passes, and I like that. Good job.
Yeah, great job. Well, I'm going to give mine to who I feel is the actual hero of the game is Justin Burris.
Okay.
He made the play. He made the hero play. I mean, the Falcons had all the momentum at that point, and they were going to score, whether it was a touchdown or a field goal. They were going to score. So he made the play of the game with that interception, allowed the offense to get the ball back. The offense was able to take a ton of time off the clock and head down the field. And Mike Davis, shout out to Mike Davis, probably could also be the hero easily in this game. So co-heroes for me, Mike Davis and Justin Burris.
I believe I actually texted you in that drive because they were just marching down. I was like, one of these defensive players needs to step up and make a play.
Yeah, and then I texted you back.
Something.
I texted you back. I was like, "There's your play, baby."